we are finally showing off the one and only Emilia. We showed this girl off years ago at this point, whenever ReZero first debuted in Grand Summoners Global, but now we're going to show her off again because she has actually recently been buffed alongside all the other ReZero characters. And her buffs were somewhat decent. I think all the buffs from ReZero were kind of okay. Nothing like super insane or anything, but all just very solid stuff overall. As you see, I finally got it done. Luck 120 on my Emilia. I'm no longer a 68 luck Emilia owner. Her most notable passive will be her contract with the Great Spirit. This gives everyone on your team 50% crit damage no matter what. This will stack with pretty much every single source of crit damage buffs in the game apart from the passive itself. So if you have two Emilias on the team, it's not going to give you 100% crit damage. It doesn't work like that. Her skill is able to give herself 30 art gauge if it freezes an enemy. This never goes off, so don't worry about it. Her art is able to increase everybody's art gauge by 20 and reduce all allies damage taken by 25% for 15 seconds. And then her true art is a 50,000% multiplier. You have an 80% chance of inflicting ultimate freeze, and you reduce the enemy's water resist by 80% if the enemy is ultimate freezing with this true art. Ultimate freeze, by the way, is pretty much like regular freeze, but it gives you 100% crit chance only while the enemy is frozen though. So with just her kit alone, you can kind of already tell maybe a little bit of the game plan here. With Emilia, you're mainly going to be using her art unless you're doing some type of crazy burst damage or a nuke, but I think the main thing that you're definitely looking for whenever you use this character, especially in nuke comps, is getting off the ultimate freeze and being able to reduce the enemy's water resist by that massive 80%, because that is huge. That literally stacks with every other water resist down source in the game, if I'm not mistaken. In terms of her equip slots, we have 5-star magic, a 5-star support, and a 4-star magic. Now, in terms of what to use on all these equips, for the 5-star magic, you could go with her true weapon. This buffs up all water allies damage by 10%, and you increase your own damage by 30%, and when it's equipped by Emilia, you increase your own arts damage by 15%, and whenever you use your arts for 15 seconds, you reduce the enemy's freeze resistance by 30%. If you don't want to go for a true weapon, she has other items that would definitely benefit her kit. Something like Alvina's true weapon is also really good. If you're not looking for freeze resist down though, anything that's going to be buffing up your art gauge, like an Alma's hat or an Exceed Zex, will also do. For the 5-star support here, this really varies depending on what you're going to be doing. If you're going for more sustain, you could use stuff like Goku Uniform, Ram Ram Plushie, the new Emilia Plainclothes, which is a phenomenal equip. Anything that's going to be giving you AoE Arch Gem will be really solid here. If you don't have any AoE Arch Gem items though, of course, going Lesser Demon Heart, never a bad option. If you're going to be nuking, however, stuff like True EX Gate, Type 0, and Emilia's Plainclothes if you're using mainly a water damaging nuke team. For the 4-star magic, I'm going to be recommending something like Genesis or Rosés Pareo or something like Rimuru Clothes. If you don't have any of those, you could just go for like the magical outfit for the attack and defense down. As far as Emilia's crest goes, I think there's a few options that can really take her to the next level. For one, attack up is never bad. Art gauge up is amazing if you're going to be nuking with her. Equipment CT is decent if you plan on using her a lot in like sustain comps and you want to have her support equip up as much as possible. And then last but not least, just for more damage, you could go something like Promise of the Funeral God. So I'm pretty sure all you guys have seen Emilia's animations at this point. I think I even saw them back in the day and did a review on them. Just in case you haven't, we're going to check them out, revisit them, and see if I still feel about the same, because I don't remember what I gave her last time. So we have her attack animation here. There's just going to be a few icicle beams. It looks alright, you know, some slight. We got the skill here. Skill's okay. A little bit some. We got the art here. One thing I never understood was why, maybe it's that color because it's transparent with the background. And then we have the true art here, and as you see, jumps up, does a lot of blast, and then yeah, I'm gonna be honest, her animations are kind of trash. She doesn't really do anything spectacular. I mean, it's just more so casting a bunch of ice spells and everything. They're very good, very practical, quick animations. And yeah, I mean, if I had to give her like a actual rating, I would say nowadays she's about like maybe a 6, possibly a 5. I'm not really too impressed by her animations. We have a lot of stuff here that's gonna be giving us tons of art gauge. We have the Draken here to give us the physical res down and also the physical damage buff. Emilia, of course, the one was showing off big crit damage and some pretty solid ultimate freeze. Gray's going to be our main nuker, and Shady is there to hold all of our support equips. We actually don't need to run Terra's Conjunction here because we could just rely on the ultimate freeze from Emilia, but I'm thinking if the ultimate freeze doesn't go off, then the Terra's Conjunction can kind of help. So we're going to see if we can actually melt this boss down. This is going to be against the Vows and Death takedown battle first. See what type of damage we're kind of dealing with this team. If anything, I think the only character that I would really change out would be the Shady, possibly, because I think I would rather want to go little like melty here, but I don't know if I would have enough art gauge in like regular play. And they did kill it, but I'm pretty sure we can make that a little bit better. As you see there, Gray doing 8.7 million. Of course, this character is not only good at nukes, by the way, she will be good in sustain, and I will be showing that off in a second. But you guys know at this point, I'm all about the nuking. I love doing auto nukes and stuff like that. So any character that is good in that regard, well, now I guess most characters are going to be good auto nuking because of the new AI system. By the way, I did post a video on that yesterday. So yeah, I love me some nukes, and there we go right there. That was pretty solid too. I think this team would also work a lot better if I had Silent Treasure, so I could have even more art gauge for the team, but unfortunately I don't have that. Let's see the details. Gray again with the 3.9 milli. He never disappoints me, man. Draken doing a little 1.2 million, and Emilia doing her deeps as well. And just like any other showcase, man, we gotta show all aspects of the character. So we're gonna be taking on Emmy with a sustained comp here and seeing how well this does. Now with Emilia and the boy Emperor here, we're gonna be having a lot of damage res because I think their damage res should stack. Let me check right here. It should, right? Does it not? Oh, it actually does not. So Emilia's damage res does not stack with Emperor's. I'm assuming Emilia's will overwrite Emperor's because hers is a little bit stronger, right? Because I think Emperor's is only 20%, but still, that's interesting. I wonder why they did it like that. I mean, I kind of understand because they don't want people stacking crazy amounts of damage res. Either way, though, this is kind of how you're going to be playing Emilia if you're going to be using her in a sustained comp for the most part. You're going to be really hard focused on using her art as much as you can because that's going to be the main thing that you'll want to utilize in a sustained comp. You can use her true art like right here if I want to. I could just go into the true art because why not? But I wouldn't really deal any types of major damage because this boss and many other bosses can't actually get afflicted by poison, freeze, like any type of status effect like that, which of course Emilia wants those status effects, especially freeze. You know, she wants to be able to get off ultimate freeze. But as you see, man, this character is just extremely good. Very, very solid here. I think that she's just still as strong as she was before. Like the thing about Emilia was that she wasn't ever really weak. Like she may have fallen off because more crazy characters came out, right? But for the most part, she's never been a bad character. Like ever since her debut, she's always been very strong, and this buff does nothing but just help her out. And as you see here, this is a pretty easy clear, doing it with some of the best units in the game. Nothing to really worry about against this fight, and there is that. That's a 2-minute clear. That's not bad, to be honest. And we can check the damage here. I don't think Emilia's gonna be doing anything special because she, you know, is only spamming her art. Yeah, she only dealt 1 million damage. Of course, Emperor carrying the team on his back. But as you see, she did her job. Gave our team art gauge, gave our team tons of damage res, and overall was great. In terms of like team comp ideas and stuff like that, whenever you're building characters or building teams around her, you can make it to where she's the main focal point if you want it to be. You just use stuff that's going to be buffing up water damage, stuff that's going to be buffing up magic damage, and all of that. Summer Lisa is a great partner with her, especially if you're nuking, but she can really fit into pretty much any team out there. Don't just think that you have to build a team around her freeze or something like that. You can specifically build a team around just her art because her art is just so good. Also, her just being on a team, especially with like a crit buffer or just a crit damage dealer, will be beneficial as well because she does give everyone on her team 50% crit damage, so she can work really well. Now, other characters like Urza, even Rim for an example, all of them are going to be great running alongside Emilia because they're going to love that additional damage. Either way though, man, that's going to be it for the showcase. Emilia still just as strong as I remember her. I haven't used her in quite a while, but I used to use her a lot. If we actually check out right here, I've used her over 1,000 times in this game. But that's going to be it for this one, man. Thank you all again for coming out. Tell me down below how you guys are all feeling about Emilia. You guys liking her? You guys kind of feeling like the buff was just kind of whatever to her? She didn't really need it. Let me know all that stuff down below in the comment section. Also, if you enjoyed this video, highly recommend check out either one of the videos popping on the screen right now. Great content, guarantee you'll love them. Oh, and one more thing. Don't forget to drink water.